We are the live. Hello. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. There is a secret fourth voice that you can hear. That
Dun,
is
dun, dun.
that is Nine Royale. You will meet his character very shortly, and until then, you're not going to see his token on screen because it is a surprise. But otherwise, welcome back everybody to Dungeons and Dragons. Last time, the team had just made their way out of the glowing jungle coming from Glen Velour, and made their way all the way over here to Relovalor, where we're at right now, the capital city of the Elven Kingdom. Pretty much business as usual for these guys. Coming in late at night, walking past a bunch of guards, getting a parade in their honor, just because meeting up with the king, the Ice King, who's trapped in an ice golem. Pretty crazy stuff. It's all been said before though. And basically we're like to him, hey, we need a place to stay, but also can we talk to you and your council tomorrow morning? And he was like, good as gold. We'll see you tomorrow. And the team was then led out and over to the ambassador's quarters where they had previously stayed when they were here with Jamie. Joan will not remember that as they were not present for that, but everybody else does. That is pretty much where we left off. The team had started getting comfortable. Zupimo went off to go and have a nap, go and sleep. Hamon went off to go find food. Yeah. Oh, the team also did finally figure out that they can make their horses shrink into into smaller, more manageable sizes.
Excuse me, I figured that out.
The rank has finally figured that out. So the team no longer has to worry about where the hell their horses are all the time. Oh yeah. I imagine you're all late. I imagine you guys are gonna go to sleep and wake up early in the morning. Is there anything you guys would like to do before it happens?
Did I make more Molotovs yet?
You've made as many as you had the walls for.
Does, yeah.
So what are our
Anybody?
plans for the next day?
Specifically, you want to go back to the castle and meet with the council of the city to talk about getting possible mages and stuff together for the communication you would like to do with Null, dragon god of death, Jin's patron.
Okay, I think I'm happy with the spells I've got.
Yeah. Bearing in mind that there is one of the people on the council that you are suspicious is a dragon in disguise, specifically Ali Rotha Griminor.
Ah, yeah, that's right, because we want more dragons.
Yes, so that is a possible thing that you want to lean on instead of just shy away from. So, not just more dragons, but more magic users. Generally, just anyone and everyone that could be of possible use: magic, religion, dragon, all that sort of stuff to help with this contacting of a god, one that's familiar to you guys specifically, so that he might be able to help with the shit that's been going on, basically. So, nobody to do anything overnight or before you go to sleep? No bullet making, No fancy
I
stuff.
think there might be some bullet identifying, if that's okay.
You may do some bullet identifying.
Wonderful.
Ba, 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 ba.
So I have my 10 new ones that I've made recently.
Yes. I used to have a tab. I used to have a window that had all of my Dungeons and Dragons tabs just open at all times. Turns
That's
out it's not.
disappeared.
Turns out it's not good to have that. It just sucks up a lot of RAM. So I should really remember to open it up every time. Anyway, yes, new bullets.
Mhm.
How many? I got 10. I'd say you
Yes.
can get through like 4 of those before you are extremely exhausted.
Cool. That's fine. I'll be going to sleep straight after.
Cool. So, roll me a d4 for each one
Cool.
of those. Okay. This bullet, when fired, will turn you blue.
Interesting.
Sweet.
Or the target that you're
Oh,
not
okay.
sure about.
Fair enough.
2, will cast sort of like a shield spell. You get for a minute you'll get +2 to your AC and immunity to magic missile.
Ooh. Well, that's pretty cool. Okay.
That one will turn you
Another
or your
4.
target blue.
Wonderful.
Another blue. Well, at least they'll be easier to spot.
For God's sake.
Sick
That's
alien
another blue,
ones.
baby.
Okay. Cool. Varys is getting more and more frustrated as he gets like the first one's like blue. Oh, okay, that's fine. The second one, wow, this is really cool, and then blue, and blue again.
I'm
It's just a
blue.
loud
Dubba
swearing.
dee dubba
Uh,
Perfect.
Varys throws himself face first into bed and goes to sleep.
Fair enough. Okay.
Mhm.
So, well, there's everybody mentioned for sleeping. I mentioned that Jun does some whispers some sweet nothings to their god. But that's about it for that. So, cock-a-doodle-doo, morning time. You all wake up brisk early in the morning. Come downstairs from your abodes to find that Zupimo has taken initiative and conjured a bunch
Made
of
breakfast.
conjured a bunch of animated objects to make breakfast.
Fuck yeah.
So we'll munch down, get your fill.
How did we get? Oh, that's
Where
right. I
do-
wasn't here last week. That's why I'm so confused about being in Ravelor.
Relevalor, yes.
Yeah, that one.
I mean, basically all we did was move you.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot. It was weird. It was not a whole lot of stuff that happened. Oh, although Micaiah was there, and turned into an owl, big giant owl, and scared the living crap out of everybody. And Thrakus made fun of everybody for not understanding, and well, mainly Jen.
Some heavy-handed teasing.
Yes. But yes, otherwise, it looks like Hamon is hungover. But otherwise, seems fine.
Did Ailey take him drinking?
It seems he instead of going to bed like the rest of you did, went to the kitchen for looks of food. It seems that he found alcohol.
Ailey would be like slapping him on the back, being like, "Ah, you did well, young one. Like we are training you good."
He's like, please keep your voice down.
No, this is how you recover. Like, oh, do you need my hangover cure?
I don't.
No.
Hands him
I
another
No.
glass
really
of whiskey.
don't. Like the smell of it makes him go, no, I'm good.
Roll for
Thanks.
Constitution.
He's not that hungover yet, but it is gonna get progressively worse. But yes, Zupimo does remind you all that we have an appointment to get to. We best make waves.
Yes.
Thing.
Oh boy.
Sorry, you're cutting off there a bit, Ron.
Why are we swimming?
I mean, it's a turn of phrase. Sort of
Where
just
do we have to
get
swim
moving.
to?
Please, let's just go. And he packs up his things, returns them to the walking trunk that he's still going around with, and pulls someone along in his state. Are you following along?
Yes,
Sorry,
someone
I'm
please
just putting up
move.
infusions.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't catch that, Haley.
I said, please move me along. With
Yes, I will move you along as necessary.
Thank you. Set to follow.
Sick.
Oh,
Anyway, yes, your effusions are set now. You'll leave the ambassador's quarters and start making your way. Start making your way to the castle. Something that will become immediately obvious to you as you guys get to the street is a few guards sort of surrounding a very large man, far larger than a lot of the elves here, which is pretty surprising, as they're relatively tall themselves. As you get closer, it is very apparent that this is a half orc man. It's very green. Who seems to be being not violently accosted by these guards. They just sort of seem to be sort of.
I have a question. How
Yeah.
much does he resemble our old friend?
Not at all.
Okay. But like even to Ailey, who is Ailey?
Yes.
Not at all?
So
Okay.
the
So
only
she's
thing.
not gonna be like, he's back! Because they're in Revlalaw where like
Yes.
yeah, where everything happened.
No. So
Okay, sweet. Just making sure.
So the only thing that the only thing that would remind you of him, of your previous half orc friend, is that this half orc has horns as well, but not post not formed ones from demonic possession or anything,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
natural horns he got from being an orc. Which is not entirely uncommon for the orcish race, but you know, it's fairly uncommon for them to grow in after the fact.
I mean, generally it depends on what other half the orc is.
That is true.
Yeah.
But orcs themselves do get horns. Some
Yeah.
of them. The true origins of the Orcus race are shrouded in mystery. So as to whether or not they are of
Unbearably
fey
horny?
or of fey nature or demonic, it's not sure, but they do grow some horned like things, usually not particularly large, even as orcs, probably used in like horns usually are for bashing skulls.
Makes it but a lot more effective.
Exactly. But yeah, as you get closer, it's not like he's being like arrested or anything. It looks like they're trying to help him more than anything else. It looks like they're trying to like ask him where he's going, all this sort of stuff. They're not trying to impede him, but he's just very big and very scary.
Ailey
What are
will
you guys
like
doing?
lean down to Varys and be like, "Do you think he even knows how to speak Elvish?"
I mean, if he doesn't, that could be an issue for sure. Do we want to try and mediate for them, I guess?
I just don't see one of the tattooy thingies from here.
Fair enough.
You wouldn't be close enough to notice that.
Also,
but it does
aren't they on the
seem
back
like
of our
there
necks?
is.
That's why
Yeah,
I said
exactly.
from here.
Exactly.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
It's true, you can see it from here.
So, yeah.
I know, I'm so observant.
You are. Well done.
What's Ailey's perception again? I'm pretty
Not
sure
a-
it's shit.
Not a passive
Enough to
20,
know that
sure.
you would not see it from here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Oh, she's even got a +1 to her perception. Aw.
yeah,
Look at her go, growing up or something.
That little bit of wisdom.
a tiny bit of wisdom.
Yeah. That's because they learned that things hurt.
Yeah, that is definitely a pain.
That is
planning.
Ailey's wisdom.
Anyway,
Varys is going to call out in Elvish to the guards. Are you okay there? Something we can help with?
maybe, I don't know. Can you talk to this guy?
Sure. Varys will step up and in common say, hello? Are you all right there?
All right, 9. Will you please tell us what the team actually see? Describe your character for us.
He's a big green half orc with big fire titties. And he's dumb.
Can we tell he's dumb from here?
Sure.
What is his response to Varys? That'll probably tell
Yeah.
us very much. So.
Hello. Oh wait, no, they can't go low enough. Hello.
He's also
Hello?
surprisingly attractive for an orc. Not your normal kind of orc.
Are you okay there, friend?
I think so.
Okay. Do you need some help with something?
They're in my way.
Where are you trying to get to?
Pass them.
Sure. And then in Elvish, Varys will turn to the guards. Apparently he was just trying to move through, but you guys are in the way.
Okay, we went.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just reporting the facts as I'm getting them.
I see.
Are you off to see the king, dude? Ailey will like call that out
In
in common. Yeah. It
Yes.
starts off with draconic, and then it's like, wait a minute.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ailey then like looks at Varys like, you gotta ask direct questions of people, Gar.
Okay. Uh,
Ailey's gonna end up
Sure.
as Dom translator. By being just that tiny bit smarter.
Sure.
Well, okay. Varys is just turning to the Ruckus. What do you think?
Why do you want to see the king?
I want to ask him a question.
All right, want to come with?
Okay.
Ailey like nods and starts walking in the direction towards the king.
Yeah, I just start walking like through the guards. What do they do?
Varys. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, what'd you say, Thurkus?
Did I start walking straight through the guards, expecting everyone else to follow me? Did the guards react to that?
They
Ailey will just
they
follow
move out of
along.
your way. They they're respondent to your authority in this city. Very much so.
Cool.
Yes. And immediately once you've sort of kind of explained what's going on, they are more receptive and do start like already start moving away. But they're still very like, what is happening? So
So, Varys,
Hmm?
you were
Oh.
saying something.
Varys turns to Greg, sitting on his shoulders, and just kind of shrugs a little bit, and then runs to catch up to the group.
for your benefit there, Jeddick, Greg is a tiny little gargoyle looking thing. He's just full on sapphire, right?
Yep.
Yeah, like made
Well,
of
he's
like
made of a sapphire-colored metal.
with a sapphire at his heart.
Hmm.
Oh, what the hell is that thing?
It's a shiny.
This is Fluffy Gregory Beefers.
Okay.
You can just call him Greg.
Okay.
He's a friend.
And
Hi.
Varys will let sort of shift his shoulder a bit and get Greg to go over and say hello.
Greg will just like very clearly eye up this massive hulking man. And just still completely silently can't talk. Just sort of shrug essentially with his wings, like,
Oh, close enough. All right, let's go.
Oh.
Mhm.
oh boy.
Goodness.
All right, so you're just continuing on into the game. Great meeting, everybody. Good job. Oh,
I mean,
dear.
it's Ailey. She's like friends with everything.
That is a good point.
I think at this point, Varys is just like, sure, why not? Yeah, fuck it.
It's like, all right, another one.
Another body leaping into the void with us. Screw it, let's do it.
I mean, I just figured he needs to get to a place. Gods are being racist. Let's go to a place.
That's fair. All right. Well, you make it to the castle. The gates are opened for you already. They were expecting your arrival. Although you are getting a lot more looks than usual. Even though last time you did have a large orc with you, this one's a little bit different.
Like, is that the
That's
same
cool.
guy?
Like, that
This one's serving.
Some...
Yeah.
This one is survey.
Having some nip in that photo, my goodness.
Oh, they sure are. You make it to the castle. No issues or slights. Zupemo and Hamon have beaten you here as they just sort of went ahead of when you guys stopped for Jeddick here. Oh boy. Both Zupemo and Hamon are like, where did you
What's
We've
up?
only been here 5 minutes. Where did you find this guy?
Where did we find who?
This half-orc.
But we've
Uh,
always had a half-orc.
We
Oh,
definitely
wait,
have not.
no, wait, there was a period of time we didn't have
Sorry, this was kind of rude of us. What was your name, friend?
My name's Jeddick.
Wonderful. Nice to meet you. I'm Varus.
What
Hi.
was the actual name? It sounded like you said Janet with the voice.
Jeddick.
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 Jadick. Chaddick or Jaddick?
Jed.
It's in the bottom left-hand corner, Pyro.
Oh, yeah, that's
You
true.
can check the name.
I mean,
Jeddick.
they can read.
Jeddick
I mean,
Jackson.
Jeddick Jackson.
No.
Oh no.
Don't ask me about my brother.
Oh, no.
All right, Jed, let's go. I mean, Jad? No, what?
Jeddick.
This one. Yeah, we're going this way. The
Okay.
king's cool. He's like an ice thing.
I was going to ask if that was a pun.
Yep. Yep.
What's a pun?
Yep, fair enough. Cool. Keep going.
Haley is very much playing dumb there. They know exactly what a pun is.
Yeah.
just Zupimo just like hidden his hands, like finger. It's just his fingers between the bridge of his nose. Like, oh my god, how do I work with these people? All right, come on. And he leads the way into the castle. What's his face? Fuck. Now my brain's gone to mush as well. Fuck. I had it.
Mhm.
It's gone. It's gone from me.
What's up?
What is his name?
Dolphin?
Darfin. Yes.
Mhm.
Darfin is there to meet you. Oh my god.
I remember Dolphin. He
Yeah.
hooked us up. I'll remember that name.
Darfin is there in the main hall to direct you to the council chambers. He does a polite little head bow as you guys approach. And looks over you all again and then like does a double take. Something's different.
Not sure what you're talking about, really.
My wings are bigger.
Yes. All right, come on.
Good.
Yeah, it leads you to council chambers, which is a immaculately dressed room. Lots of red velvet, which is kind of interesting because it's not usually their color, but I guess green velvet walls would have been pretty nasty. But they otherwise the table, it's very nice wood, as expected of the Earthen Kingdom. Not sure if I described this place before, but it is like
Redescribe.
redescribed it. Yeah, it is it's got the table that's set into it has sort of a topography map in it, but it is like perfectly brick for brick the exact look of the city from inside the walls. And since you've seen it before, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it before. Fuck, too many. It's been so long since then. You could even see that the construction work that was going on next to the ambassador's quarters that you guys stayed in, that even seems to be replicated here. So this table is probably magically designed to stay up to date with the exact nature of the city.
Fancy.
Covered with a nice glass panel to stop you from spilling anything over there. Who knows what could it do to the city?
A flood of coffee hits the city square.
But sitting at the far end is the king, obviously, at the very head of the table. For Jedic's benefit, the king is a elven man who is frozen at the heart of a giant ice golem. You see that he's like sort of like hands over his chest, eyes closed, stuck in the center there. But the golem does move with intent. And you'll see that he does talk with his voice of the king. Pretty cool, you know, ice golem and all that. God damn it, I made the same goddamn pun. Anyway,
Yeah, mine was accidental as well. That's why I was. Yeah.
and it's just, he's pretty cool. He's just pretty cool, all right? There are other people here. Dauphin finds a seat beside the king. There's another man that you've seen before. That, you know, the name probably slips your mind exactly who he was. Probably even slips my mind, to be perfectly honest. No, I do have his name here, but I doubt any of you remember him. He was the Counselor of Coin.
Yeah, I don't remember anyone.
Nope.
Other than the suspicious dragon lady.
Yeah. Yes. Who is there as well?
Is
You
that
immediately spot.
Elamon?
Yes, Alamon Ravarice, who's the Counselor of Coin. But yes, Ali Ruther, Griminor, sits beside Alamon, with a a scowl on her face. Still dressed in her Water Kingdom blues. Elmon, of course, dressed in his Earthen Kingdom greens. Dauphin in his Kingsguard armor, even though he has been upgraded to Counselor of the Guard. So head of the guard even. So just shows you how much work he's been doing. But you are all greeted otherwise with polite nods, except obviously from Ali Ratha, who is just sort of glaring at all of you.
Varys is just grinning.
The king stands up. The loud of ice standing up. Friends, so glad you can make it.
Good to see you.
Yes. So, I have heard terrible things as of late, but I hear that you have some more news for me. Yes. no?
We need that. What? Wait, did you say she was there? I
She is
forgot.
there. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We're gonna point at. Ailey's just gonna point at her. Like, we need that one.
She's like
Uh,
the glare goes to like, huh? What?
oh boy.
Is there something I
Therakis?
could roll to perceive if she's actually a dragon this time, or no?
You can roll a perception if you want.
Okay. So it's like, she's not gonna go and sniff her again this time. Don't worry. Not bad for Ailey.
She looks like an elf. She's even got
Can
a lot
I-
of the tattoos and stuff.
So I can't tell if she's got any other heritage going on there, or in disguise.
Not with that perception, no.
No.
Have I already hunter sensed her?
You
I think
have
I did
hunters
last
sensed her.
time.
Perfect. You have hunters sensed her before, I think. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
look.
but we couldn't. Wasn't it not her? Like, isn't it like a whole region thing? Which is why we went.
No,
No.
that's primeval awareness.
That's the primeval. The full on hunter sense is
Ah.
the
Hunter
choose
sense
this.
is this one.
I
Yeah, didn't
think
we
we
find
got
out that she has
lightning.
like weird immunity
Yeah.
or something?
Yes,
So
you
we
found
were
that she
more
Which was very
suspicious?
That was what put us
dragony.
off.
Yes.
Mm.
You found that
Compared
she
to the other
was
elves.
immune to a lot of things and resistant
Yeah.
to lightning damage.
What if we just ask her?
Are you saying that in the middle of this right now?
What
Or
if we
you-
just ask her?
Sure. Do we maybe want to save that for like not a public space and we talk about the other stuff first?
I mean, I guess if that's what you want to do.
I mean, I'm up for whatever. I just don't know if we'll get her on our side if we. I don't know. It'd be like if we outed Wakelore or something, you know?
Whoa, whoa. Don't go accusing me of just outing people here. We're good.
No,
No,
okay,
I
no.
But wait.
didn't need her. I'm not outing anybody anything.
Okay. Cool, cool.
The king's like
You like
looking.
to think
The
that
king
you
like
can
leans
do
over you guys. So what? You guys all right? you need some time?
We all good, Frosty dude.
We need math. It's like Ailey
Right,
trying to come up with a reason to need her.
Therakis, do you want to explain about the ritual and what we may need assistance from the council for?
I really don't.
Rikus explains. None.
I think at this point, Jun would probably step up and explain. Yeah. So Jun would step up and in their most posh, polite voice that they can muster, standing now with the King's Council, in an elven place, when their main form is a half elven man. Sort of stand tall and proud, maybe even change themselves a little bit taller than they normally are, and politely say, well, there's a very bad god called the Black Sun God who's been stealing all the souls whenever people die, and that includes you guys and all of the humans and stuff over on the other plane. He's kind of the guy who wants to start this war between the two nations.
Skelly,
Yes.
to assist with this explanation, Varys is going to pick up a piece of parchment and just use magical tinkering to
Start drawing
create
things.
images to illustrate. I'm doing a telestrator, essentially.
Up her
So,
back.
so like a
To help out.
slideshow, like got
Essentially, yeah.
the flipping pages, like
Except it's just Varys waving like a heat wave over the page and it shifts to the next side.
Jadak is immensely entertained, and all his attention goes to this like video thing,
slideshow that's happening.
slideshow thingy. Yeah.
You're getting a slideshow of why we're here and what we like, what we're
Yeah.
doing.
Exactly. Perfect. Yeah, so it's like puts a hand pointing at it. This is the Black Sun God. This is him sucking up all the souls. It's very bad. But my god and some of the other people's here's god maybe as well. Null, Dragon God of the dead. He will probably want to help because he doesn't like souls being taken away as well. So we want to contact him. But there was a problem where some other dragon attempted to contact him and got melted. Big melt. You'd like do the picture of him being melted on the ground. See? Not good.
And then there's like a sketch from Ailey that is far too detailed and terrifying.
So we want to get
Is that
together
really wrong?
as many magical people as possible, as well as any clerics or anybody like that who can help us contact the Beyond and find out, or get some advice from Null as to exactly what we can do. Thank you. That's my time. Darfin starts a little clap.
Varys claps along with it.
With that, the king has sat pretty stone cold, man. Jesus Christ, the whole time. So just taking it in. There's not much you can get from from the real facial
Pretty impassive
features.
face, right?
Yeah, the real facial features you can get from someone who's trapped within ice. But he does seem to have been listening intently the whole time. At the mention of certain things, Ali Rotha did have some notice there. Do you want to roll a perception check? Anyone who was
Yep.
paying particular attention to Ali Rotha?
Ailey is staring her down hard this entire
Yep,
Okay.
but not well.
time. She's
We,
staring so hard she has to blink lots.
Yeah. Like, something's in my eye. No.
So focused, I get distracted by dust in the way.
How about you, Varys?
Sure. Am I able to while I was doing the slideshow?
In between stuff, we'll see how good your roll is.
Yeah. Cool. Not super great.
I would say, yeah. Varys being a little distracted doing that stuff, and Ailey just generally not paying much attention at all. Thrakus is the only one who kind of catches at the mention of the dragon that got melted. Domron was his name. There's sort of a slight tell there, like maybe like a shiver or like something about that that mention seems to turn something, make some gears tick in her head.
Okay.
Okay. Well, the king sort of sits there for a few moments, just sort of letting this letting what's been said sort of go in there. Just quickly asks, so this Black Sun god. So he's only just come about. What's exactly the deal with him?
We believe that it was a god that existed previously and was kind of just shunted away, I guess. It's kind of hard to describe. Yeah, has been present for a while. From what we were able.
Okay.
Varys will turn to Jun. Do you want to fill in some gaps here?
I mean, I
That's
know
basically it, right?
know about as much as you do about this stuff, but yeah, it seemed that he was dead and has since returned. There was something about him siphoning off magics of other dead gods, gods of death, siphoning off their
Seems
abilities.
kind of like a play to take dominance, or at least much more power than was held previously.
Yes. It's at this point that I think it is at this point. Eliratha, quicker than you all sort of really notice, pulls something from her robes, and just sort of slams it into the into the table, making a nice deep sort of cracking thud. It is very clearly a dagger, a very ornate dagger. Kind of looks like a dragon's claw.
Into the table?
Yeah,
Or
into
on
the
the
table.
table?
Into the table. It seems the magical nature of the table has protected it from significant damage. But it is still, you still see it sort of dug quite nicely into it. And in sort of a fit of rage, almost a calm, collected rage, cold. She says, "You wish to do such a ritual without even knowing who your enemy is."
Ailey would just be staring at her, like, confused, but also really wanting the dagger.
We have a fairly intimate knowledge of the thing. More than most people, but
I died!
any extra information would be great.
Perhaps without the judgy attitude.
Well, I am not exactly the one who is suggesting sacrificing all of our lives on some foolhardy attempt to contact Null against the Black Sun God.
And you thoroughly underestimate all of us. Just because you do not have faith in your own self, in your own abilities, doesn't mean that reflects on the rest of us.
Exactly. And I don't want to be a statue again.
Jedik's just having a munch in the background.
Popcorn time.
He just reaches into his little satchel and pulls out some bread and just starts eating.
Nice.
With that, with what you said there, you see her stare daggers at all of you, and the moment you get eye contact with her, an image fills each of your heads. An image of a ancient dragon, far larger than anything you've seen so far. Like the clockwork dragons were probably about the size of an adult dragon. Even at their eldest, that you knew them as Ayla, your grandparents had never gotten to this size and age.
Yeah.
Just absolutely massive, would like pancake the city size, of a sapphire nature, entirely covered in sapphire scales. Just sort of like a flash of lightning behind it, just to invoke as much awe as possible in your mind. Just you get a single flash of that image, as each of you staring her down as she stares you back.
Ooh, you're so old. It's almost like you should have more self-control than the rest of us and not just come at people. Maybe you should have more diplomacy skills.
Are we sure that's her and not the other god?
Fairly certain.
Sapphire dragon.
Yeah. As Varys makes eye contact, Greg floats up in front of him, and the metal chest plate at the front shifts aside, and you can see the glowing blue sapphire inside.
Oh, it
And
is the
he pulls it
same
back to his
colour.
hand.
Well, if you want to take that as proof that I know what I'm talking about, then I'll just have to simply fill in the rest. I'm sorry, my king. I have been deceiving you for some time, it would seem. He just sort of
Sorry.
the cold like ice, you just hear the as he just turns to stare at her.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Well, the Griminors are... Let's just say I'm a fair bit older than the Griminor name as it stands. I am a dragon of many, many decades. A dragon, huh? And we just didn't know about dragons for ages, and you telling us this now? Well, it's important now. If these fools are going to try and contact Null, they're going to end up just like Domron, their melted dragon friend there.
Well, that's why we're getting lots of people.
And also, we believe that Dombrone was trapped in their human form, unable to transform into a dragon, which was probably why the death was so swift.
You, Eliratha, should have more information from us, rather than assuming that we know nothing.
Well, you didn't seem to know that the Black Sun God had been defeated before by a dragon.
Yes,
Allegedly.
we
but
did
yes.
know that.
We did.
Well, you didn't seem to care to
Oh,
tell
oh,
the
do-
king.
do-
Why do you think
Oh,
we can't
oh.
And
call
the
a
diamond
dragon?
yes.
Like, he
God.
didn't ask. Like,
I feel like that was important information that you just left out then.
It's also
but it's
kind of
information.
conjecture.
you also had, apparently, and apparently have more proof about than we do. And
Well,
yet
I
you've
mean,
been
it's
lying
still
to your king for how many years?
Yeah. Yeah.
it's still hearsay from me. And
It's still hearsay, but we should have said it so that it's not from you.
yes, fine.
You get him. Go Thragus, yeah.
Sorry, it's been a couple of days since we fought anything. Apologies. Getting a bit cranky.
I tend to do that, don't I?
Mhm.
Understandable. Happens a lot. Happens to all of us.
Yes. But my pretense, my lie, as it were, is to keep many people safe. Many people like your friends in Stormledge.
Mhm.
Yes?
Oh, so we know them, but you didn't know we fucking discovered the Who's-What's at the tower with the about what happened.
Ailey.
So that's of course how
Ailey.
you know
Ailey.
about the
Ailey,
yeah.
Ailey, stop, please.
Those people are also allowed to have their own privacy.
They are, and that is what I was protecting. But
In what way?
Nonetheless.
By trying to talk about it now?
no, by not telling anyone before now. I am now informing everyone of what we know so that I can tell you exactly how foolhardy it is to attempt to cross over into the death realm while the Black Sun is in the way.
Well, if your information makes any more sense than what you have been making in terms of your rationalizations, I believe this is just a strong opinion of yours and not actual relevant information at this point.
Look, it feels like we are the only people really that give a shit enough about this to even do this about it. If you have a better idea, we're absolutely open to it. But if you're not going to help us, then get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
See, look, you even made Varys angry.
Nope, you did it now.
Yeah, he is fuming.
She sort of scoffs. How? Fine.
I genuinely don't understand how someone so inept at diplomacy has got a diplomatic role within your court. I say to the king.
Well, she's not
the
technically a
Majesty.
diplomat, but yes, I see what you mean.
Any
Uh,
court role has diplomacy as a part of it.
Well, the Griminor name, as she well knows, is long-standing within our ranks, within the Water Kingdom. Perhaps you would like to enlighten us as to exactly what the deal is then with your title. She's just sort of like, fuck, I've slipped into it now. She plucks the dagger from the table and resheaths it just as quickly.
Haley would be watching it the entire
It disappears with her robes. It's almost
time.
like
And she'll be trying to figure
no,
out
it's
where
almost like it's like gone into an interdimensional space. Like she's got like a bag of holding or something under there, or some
Yeah,
sort of.
so
other magic.
Haley will be staring, being like, "How'd she do?"
Is it like the math gif of all the numbers just
Yes,
floating around
exactly.
Bailey's head?
100%.
And she sighs. Okay, all right, I'll lay it out. The Griminor name was made by me. I was the first. I'm the first Griminor of the line. They sort of for a time there the Griminor family had just been hiding a dark secret. As far as they thought, I had simply been cursed with immortality or something like that. Just eating in the background again.
Just waiting for my pizza to arrive. It's making me sad.
There's splashing water all over the place. Drinking it as well. Anyway. Griminor name. They just simply thought that I had been cursed with immortality or something like that and had been keeping it secret, that every once in a while would disappear for a little while and come back, and I was some cousin or auntie or something from a long distant family, and just remained as part of the long line of Griminor.
Oh, that's what my grandparents used to do.
Well, that makes sense. Hence why the Griminor name is as potent as it is, because all of my children were far more magical. Well, I guess that makes sense.
What kids have you had?
Only like 5 or 6. And you see the king sort of grinds the ice a little bit at his hips on his chair. I guess that makes a little bit of sense. I do think I have some Griminor blood in my side of the family as well. Yes, I think
Sorrows, prayers.
a lot of the Water Kingdom does at this point.
Ew. Sorry.
These things are meant as would happen if you lived as long as dragons do. I did, of course, make sure that there were no, weird incestuous things happening. Don't worry. Yes. So.
I'm glad that you gave us that specification.
I mean, come on. You live long enough. You have lots of kids. You don't want to be getting with those kids. That's weird. Anyway.
Gotta keep a good eye on the situation.
Exactly. Anyway. That is the gist of it. Me and several other dragons were there when the Black Sun God was last taken down by Jinsu, and have since been hiding. Me longer than the others. They only really started hiding when the humans arrived, basically. When they had their troubles over there. I, of course, had been hiding with the elves. Since then, basically. So.
Is Varys within 30 feet of Eliratha?
Yes.
Varys is going to use silent speech and speak into her mind and say, "We have one of your friends joining us in Jamie's land where we plan to do this ritual."
I think
As
I
she's
know.
talking about dragons.
Yeah.
Mm.
She looks over at you. Unsure. She sort of shrugs at you.
It only goes one way. Sorry. He says it ahead again.
And she says, "Yes, I'm quite sure that he would. He is the more reckless of us."
Really?
Oh wait, I can't hear this right.
No, she's saying this out loud.
No,
you don't know
you
exactly
don't,
what
yeah.
he's saying, what it's about specifically.
Varys will turn to the others and say, I mentioned our other friend that's going to be joining us.
Ailey nods, but she doesn't know.
For Ailey's own benefit, Varys says in her head, Wakelaw.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, my king, that is it laid out. Obviously, no, you can ask me whatever you want about that stuff, but needless to say, it took the combined might of an ancient civilization long dead now, and every crystalline dragon in existence to defeat the Black Sun God the first time. With Jinsen dead, many of our other brothers and sisters dead, and one of them simply killed trying to contact Null. I don't believe that it is wise.
I don't believe that Jensen is dead. Not dead, at least.
Oh?
I've not had direct contact, but I have prayed to Jensen, even here in Siltmal. I prayed at one of the temple there to Jensen. I've also offered prayers at Copper Night, and I believe I was heard, acknowledged at least.
He's been ignoring me, though.
Well, I guess
He never responded to Ailey, right?
no. Well, not that you were aware
Not
of.
that she knew of, anyway.
Yep. Alirotha says, well, I guess it is as it was before. We will just have to take it on faith. So, my king, if you wish to do that, that is your own prerogative, but as your counsel from the Water Kingdom, it is my opinion, yes, that this not be the correct course of action, that we instead focus our power on discovering another way, discovering it ourselves instead of attempting to contact one of the other dragon divines.
Will you do that while we do this?
I mean, you could also assist the other kingdom that's dealing with an incursion of their own.
What do you mean?
The Feywild incurring up on Glen Valor.
The king says, yes, I've heard about that. Unfortunately, it's not really our area. The Feywild is very much it's a wild place, and the Archdruids know the most about it.
For sure, but they are spread pretty thin at the moment. I'm sure they wouldn't say no to assistance.
That is true. Well, Alirotha, if you're not going to assist, then, as Varys has said, you should help the Earthen Kingdom. At the very least, it will ensure our defenses should the humans attack us. Perhaps you return to what's the name of the place? Fuck. Perhaps you return to Pervalor and collect a detachment of mages who can assist. Fine, my king. I will do what I can.
Go be a diplomat and get people to help.
Of course.
Ailey's
see
so
her.
tactful,
Yeah.
isn't she? Just the best.
And you see her sort of very much like in a blur as her like form just sort of fades until she becomes just
My
a sort of
sword is
cloud of mist and floats away in mist form. Or in fog form, I guess. Some sort of cloud of vapor.
Varys watches the cloud until he can't anymore.
Fair enough. Well, that was enlightening.
Yeah. I don't know what Jeddick said.
Any of you speak Orc? I mean, Ailey does.
Ailey would
Ailey would
understand
understand it. But they are not here currently. Jun does not.
I don't.
Well,
You
Jeddick?
okay there, Jeddick?
Yeah.
Okay. You got enough bread?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many questions can I ask the king?
The king stands up. You can ask however many questions you want.
Okay, I just need 3.
Okay.
Question number 1. Are you really the king?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. That's
Are
2.
you sure?
Yes, that's 3.
Okay. Bye.
Starts walking away. Back to the group.
Did
Okay.
you get what you wanted there, buddy? Okay, cool.
The king
Oh,
just
boy.
sits back down again. Somehow, even though you cannot perceive a face on him, somehow this ice golem looks entirely stunned.
He's the king, you know.
Yeah, it's very true. Thank you for checking for us.
You're welcome.
Varys just blinks a couple of times and looks at the king.
And he thought Ailey was the dumbest thing he'd ever met.
Jeddick just locks eye contact with Varys and just stares at them.
Hey,
He just keeps staring.
okay. Varys side shuffles a little bit further away from him.
He remains locked in eye contact.
Varys turns to look away.
He leans in slightly, like he's sort of squinting.
Okay, Varys very aware that Jeddick is just right by his face. He's just like, okay. Anything else? Any questions from anybody? I guess. Varys is addressing the council.
Are there any other hidden dragons? Ailey's gonna
I mean, now's the time.
you see the other 2 who have been sitting here listening to this whole thing just entirely in shock. Both sort of very slowly shake their heads like no.
No one's coming out of the egg.
Yeah. But of course Zupimo is set himself at the other end of the table, at the head of the other end of the table, in light of his position. Hasn't quite yet put his feet up onto the table, but he looks like he's going to. He's just sort of
Varys moves so that he can just pull his legs back down if he tries to.
yeah. But he looks like he is having the time of his life. Hamon has no idea what's been being said because most of it's all been said in
That's why he speaks common.
in Elvish, which means Jeddick has also not been catching most of this because he doesn't speak a lick of Elvish and only speaks Sylvan, so is only catching like every other word.
Oh lord.
We can speak in Sylvan to each other.
That's cool.
Well, Jedic's, even at Jedic's, Sylvan isn't great.
I mean, we can. I just don't know how good a conversation it'll be.
Anyway. There's a bunch of
Varys
that.
turns to the council members, sorry, and is like, sorry, I feel like we've just made your days like infinitely weirder. The only 2 times you've ever seen us.
Garfin nods. He goes, yes, that is definitely the case. But, you know, it keeps it exciting, I guess.
Mm.
Yes, there's no other dragons that we're aware of. But how did you guys know that she was a dragon? You seemed to
That's
very
not.
pointedly go
Yes.
for it.
Oh,
Well-
Ailey was still hidden as a human, wasn't she, when she was last here?
I think
Yeah, she didn't
you're-
have her wings
Yeah,
yet.
because
Yeah,
during
No.
the
they didn't
fight,
have the
Varys
wings.
was when Varys found out, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Well, Varys saw the horns during the fight.
yeah. So no, they
Mm.
didn't. They wasn't aware.
Yeah, no one else was aware, and then like, I guess like Ailey just kind of like, yeah, is like, well, I was suspicious that she was like me.
That makes sense, I guess.
Call it previous reconnaissance in the area.
Okay. Could you possibly perform that again so we can see if there are any other hidden dragons?
You'll want me to primeval awareness. Because it's not going to work when there's dragons in the room. It's just going to pick up on the dragons in the room.
Well, Elirother is long gone now.
Yeah, but this has quite the radius.
You're not in your. Yeah, I guess that is true. Well, you don't have to do it now, but if you could do it at some point, that would be helpful. So that we
Was
don't.
she ever going to leave this city?
She's on. I hope that she's on her way after the king has told her to go to Pervalor.
She was
So
told to go to
Well, yeah. But then Ailey also has to go.
you don't detect Ailey as a full-blown dragon, so you know the difference between Ailey and other dragons.
Oh, that was.
I love it when
yeah.
you bend stuff for me.
Yes.
Um,
Well, that's been the case since the beginning. You've always felt Ailey as a,
we
like,
have
a
established this as a bend from the beginning.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
has been established.
Yeah, a well-established exception.
There's certainly a lot more dragon than a dragonborn, which is why that makes it gets
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Okay, well, how long do we think Elirother will take to get out of the city? Because I can do it after that.
I mean,
Um,
she moved pretty fast as that mist thing. She might be gone.
Yeah, take a few minutes for her to get out of the city at least.
Okay.
Hmm.
We'll wait a few minutes to be careful, and then you people can watch, I guess. Whatever flicks your bick.
Okay. The king will now speak again. Okay. So, let me run down what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
One of my distant ancestors turns out to have been a dragon the whole time, and actually sitting right next to me in my council meetings, for a long time. That's cool. There's a resurrected god of the dead who's stealing the souls of people who die and killed another dragon who was trying to contact Null about him or something.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly is the threat here from this dead god if he's just taking souls exactly? What's his deal?
What do you?
What do you mean, just taking souls?
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
that's kind of fucked up, man.
that's what it sounded like it was happening. I mean, if we're just gonna die and go somewhere anyway, what's the difference?
Oh no, he's awful. This is hell.
Oh,
Varys gets
Okay.
another piece of parchment bigger this time so that he can shove in the king's face and starts waving his gun across it, and you just see this. He brings up the image that he saw in his nightmare of the sea of statues in a sea of slowly rising water, and at the very front you can see a statue that looks very much like Varys but
Okay, babe.
older and bald, and with Boris inscribed on it as the water starts lapping up towards it.
Ailey would
Turns
probably
around
be
and
like,
goes,
it's then
Oh,
unfortunately not
What? What's going on?
here. So
Varys, I'm so sorry. You're gonna go bald.
nah. It's left,
So-
honestly, with all the explosions and fire, I'm surprised it's not gone already.
that's a good point. So, Ailey, Varys has drawn a immaculate, perfect, picture perfect view of this place that you saw when you died.
Okay.
You're not
Nice.
gonna Ailey wouldn't say anything about that.
Wouldn't react in any way.
The fact that Varys
Oh,
somehow
wait, why is he drawing it? I guess that
to
might
show to the king exactly what the deal is with the Black Sun Guard, as he was just like, what's the big deal? There's someone stealing the souls, they're gonna die anyway, what's the matter?
Yes,
Yeah.
gabagoo.
help. Yeah, you become a statue. Also, I don't remember describing it that well to you. Oh, wait, was it, what's his name?
I saw it in the dream.
You dreamed about dying?
The nightmare that we had. I saw him having claimed my father and stuck him into his little collection.
Oh. My mother was trying to murder me again.
You hear this. It's just a big half-orc just munching on things in the back. Amazing.
I hope you can't hear me eating now that my
No.
pizza's here.
The king sort of like, you see his icy form looking it up and down. Well, that does seem horrible. I mean, still an
No,
afterlife.
sorry,
right?
still what?
I mean, it's an afterlife, right? Like, to the rest of us elves, that we don't really. It was either this. It's nothing normally, right?
Sorry, please continue the sentence in which you say it doesn't affect you, so it doesn't matter.
That's not what I'm saying, because it does not actually affect me because I can't die in this ice form. But
I'm
that's
well
not
aware
really
that's
what
why
I'm
I
saying.
am
That's not what I'm
asking.
saying. I
Yeah,
understand.
vaping.
It just takes a slash.
Yeah, in the middle. Oh my good god. Not even house trained. Anyway, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Jesus.
That elves, we normally, as far as we're aware up until this point, just didn't go anywhere. We had a whole kingdom of people who returned from the dead. They all said that there was nothing afterwards. That's why they're so thankful Jamie brought them back. So
I mean, as Ali Rafa pointed out, Jensen did try to destroy the Black Sun God. So if those times intersected, then yeah, maybe they did die and there was nothing there, because Jensen had already taken it out.
But
But it's
there are
coming back.
others. There are
They're all
other
soldiers.
death gods. And in fact, you might have one that is very much coming to power now that would very much suit your people. And I try to give him a real meaningful look there.
it's like,
Crunchy face.
okay.
Oh, and like the penny drops for Varys in that second as well.
Fair enough.
You,
Though it does for me, it would not for Ailey.
Okay.
You guys can roll for it if you want.
I think Varys can pick up on that.
I think Varys could.
No, I think Ailey should roll. What should she roll to know or not?
Intelligence.
Just straight up?
Yep.
Wait, it's on the side. Hang on. I was trying to look for it in the thing. Do we think that's enough for her to know?
No.
Alright.
Above average. Just.
Yeah, just above average, but no.
Ailey will just be like thinking, you know, I should ask Jamie about that. She would know who the Death God is.
Like, I wonder who that could be.
That would be cool.
Uh,
Well, it definitely seems to have gone entirely over the king's head as he's like, okay. I mean,
okay,
that's
there are worse
all...
things than not existing. Is also what we're trying to say.
I get that, and I understand that it is probably an absolutely
it's
horrific
not
thing
fun
as I saw
being
there.
a statue.
But what I'm getting at here is what exactly is the threat from the Black Sun God if all it is just gods having fights with each other about where the souls go? We could just leave it to them, right?
No, their followers live in the world.
He is actively murdering people too.
Oh,
Yeah.
he is actually murdering people?
Yeah, well, he's getting other people to murder people
He's
for him.
got
so he can
followers
get
doing
more
it.
souls.
I
And he's
see.
bringing-
Okay.
He's also bringing the dead back to try to kill us.
Yeah, there
Ah.
was a case of a resurrected dragon. You know that thing that we just talked about, dragons?
I see.
One of those got
okay,
brought back.
right. I'm getting the picture now. Okay. So he is more of an
Just being
existential
a
threat than just a
statue.
philosophical.
Sorry, we
one.
didn't plan on bothering people when it was just gods having a scrap. It is actually affecting everybody.
Yeah, you see, it's just pretty
I know we didn't
atheist
quite fill in
here.
the gaps. I'm sorry.
Pretty atheist
at-
here. So a lot
Yeah,
of
fair.
a lot of the times people talk to me
Understandable.
about God stuff. It's always just like blah blah blah. Just so
100%. Except these gods are unfortunately real, and their impacts are very much real too.
Did
Well-
my brother not say anything while he was here?
your brother.
Oh.
Wasn't this where he was?
I think we sent him to Ziltmal, right?
Yeah. To Jamie's.
Mm.
Yes.
kingdom. Which means he had to pass
Yeah,
through here.
we sent him there now, but he was somewhere else beforehand. I thought it was here.
It might have been, but the king does not seem to have a relation.
Okay, that's what I meant. I was just checking that this was the right place. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it should be. Did my brother not say anything?
I haven't seen your brother.
Oh, well, I guess his disguising has gotten better. Or that random elf chick he was with did a good job hiding him.
Okay.
Maybe.
Oh, he's a red dragon, not a copper one. That might help.
Looks like
Okay.
Ailey, but I
Haven't
mean,
seen
slightly different,
many-
slightly more religious-y.
Haven't really seen any dragons other than, the two that we've recently, this one and the other one. So
You just doubled your dragon quota. Pretty great.
well, apparently I've always
Me?
been on one, so that's pretty crazy. Anyway, okay. Well, that does seem bad, and I do remember Jin saying something about just so do you remember Jin saying something about him, this god inciting this war? Exactly what's the deal with that? Is he like?
I mean, if people die, it's more souls for them. People die
Yeah, that-
plenty in
Mhm.
war.
I did get that much, yeah. But is he like just raising the dead to make this war happen, or what?
No,
I mean-
he's getting weird other stuff going on too.
I mean, in addition to, the dead have raised in significant number while we were in the human side of the continent.
You start hearing very loud snores start coming out of Cheddar because he's all
He's
nodding
got
off,
still no idea what's
standing on
going
his feet.
Varys grits his teeth a little bit.
I give him a shove. Just a gentle one, but enough to try and wake him up.
What?
And I say, in Sylvan, we're talking about why we're here. A lot of it's to do with the Black Sun God. Have you heard of him? Hello?
In Sylvan, he says, "What's Sylvan?"
Oh, no.
I was really confused that I was like reading it, and then I remembered that
Yes,
Ailey has
Ailey
this
has the
word.
thing. Ailey can understand that as well.
Is it an attuned one? I can't remember.
I cannot remember, but it's still on there, so you still have it.
No, but that's what I was gonna say. If it's not an attuned one, she would probably temporarily give it to him, who can't
No, you have to
speak
attune
anything.
to it. And it's stuck on you now because of your horns.
Oh yeah,
It
that's
is not
right.
an
we just
attunement,
played it
but
as
yes,
speak.
you have been wearing it ever since you grew horns, so it is well on then.
Yeah, regrew horns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop filing them.
So no, you could take your horns off if you want to remove that, but
Yeah.
But would it work if you just sort of wiggled his finger in between your head and
Yeah.
then circle it? Like, he'd still be wearing it.
No, then only then his
Put, like,
finger
her
would be able
head
to.
on
his
his
finger
and
would
be
hear
like,
it, not his head.
Yeah.
She put her head
What if
on
he tried to get his ear
his
in there?
head, and then he's wearing her.
Sorry, what did you just say?
She would try and put her head on top of his head.
Okay.
And then
His
he's wearing her.
Sorry.
Face head.
He was wearing her was all I caught. So I'm like, what did you say?
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
That's not Ailey's style.
Nah.
It really
No.
isn't.
That shit will come out my mouth. It will not come out Ailey's.
Anyway. You may attempt to try whatever you want. The conversation is still going on here between the king and Varys.
Yeah, but that's boring.
Yeah. He will basically be like, okay. I see where you're coming, what the deal is now. It is actually quite important that we deal with this. You're very correct. If you're in need of...
Also a great reason to stop the war, too.
Well, I mean, there's...
Because that only makes them stronger as well. If we needed another reason, we don't, but
of
there
course.
is one.
Well, it is definitely on the top of my list of priorities. So, what I will say is that if there is need of a very potent magic, well, you can see me can certainly help. I guess your best bet would be to talk with Jamie specifically about all of this. She is kind of the best at contacting the other side. So,
There is no other side. I thought you said for you.
but
There's another side.
yeah, there's a real philosophical disconnect here. Yes, we didn't seem to go anywhere. There was nothing for us, but yet our consciousness returned from that nothing. So maybe it is actually a place, and it just didn't have anything in it.
Sure
Yeah.
that there will be somebody who could change that.
Yes, and that would be lovely for anyone who does eventually die.
Oh,
So-
I need to talk to you soon as well, too.
Doesn't
Plans, ideas, nothing that we need to worry anybody else about.
Okay,
I'm suspicious.
you're
But
suspicious.
doesn't this guy have a question for the king? Isn't that what he said he was coming here for?
He
I already
had
asked three.
Yeah.
You did. There's 3 whole questions.
Was it when I was getting the pizza?
yes.
I think.
Mm,
And it was just, are you the king? Are you sure? Are you really sure?
yeah.
Turned
Yes.
out he was.
Oh,
Cool, right?
yeah.
I mean, fair enough. This knowing us to be the one time that we didn't check, and it turned out that it was somebody else, like wearing a sheet or something.
Good point.
Like your horse.
Well,
Ah,
okay.
no more sheet on that horse.
Now they're pocket horses.
I guess that you should make your way to Jamie as soon as possible. I have a method of getting there quickly. So when you need, just have her call me, and I will be there.
You have a kingdom to run in the meantime.
Exactly.
That's fair.
But as for other powerful mages or the like, to be brutally honest, I think Jamie really is the best. So.
Well, duh.
Yes. But there are some other great mages that I can send word to. Their willingness or ability to get there is dependent, so we'll see if they arrive when needed.
Fair enough.
So, well, this has been a great council, everybody. Meeting adjourned. He knocks on the table. Yes.
Jeddick starts clapping.
Fantastic. Thank you. I will go and prepare some things. Yes. Okay. See you guys in a bit. Yes. Please let me know if you need anything before you leave. I do recommend you get.
What have you got? Do you have better daggers than what I have? Can I have her dagger?
I honestly have no idea where she got that dagger from. That was something I've never seen before.
It was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. And I should know, I'm a big ice guy.
Aha!
God damn it. Yes, I don't really have any. From the looks of it, you all have way more powerful equipment than I could provide you. I mean, I'm just a king, man. I don't got a lot. I can feed you. I can house you. You can ask me any questions you need about stuff. But otherwise,
Can you give me a bunch of glass jars to make Molotov cocktails with?
I don't know what that is, but I can indeed get you some glass jars.
Is it jars or bottles or whatever? I would like many.
Okay.
Ailey wants to sit and make as many as possible before they leave the kingdom.
Fuck's sake.
Embarrass needs to work on his gun anyway, so you
I
have that
figured
amount of
something
time.
like 20 or whatever.
Well, I would say you don't have enough high-proof alcohol to make 20 currently. But if you want to spend some more time and gold, then you may search the city and find enough.
Yeah.
But it's
She'll brew more stuff along the way, so like she'll want extra bottles. But yeah, and then she'll make however many she can in the meantime.
Right. Okay. Well, your last ones didn't go great.
She's still gonna try, because remember, she's chaotic alignment. She don't care it to know.
That is true. So, please roll me your brewing thing.
Just straight up brewing.
Yes.
Mm. Was it? It was under features, wasn't it?
It's your tools. It's under items. Brewer's supplies.
Inventory. There we go. Brewing up. Am I rolling it multiple times?
No, we'll just do a general for how many you managed to make. Are you going to be spicing these ones as well?
Yes.
Okay, then roll me an Arcana check as well, please.
Hey, not bad for her.
No, not terrible. Okay. Well, with the however long the team spends here, you are just hunched over, making bottles of Molotov cocktails. I will add these in separately as they have a different type. Spaced. Sort that out later. But you make in that time. Let's say 15.
Sweet. But yeah, she'll also want to collect glass from wherever to take with her for potential others.
Fair enough. So, what's the plan, everybody?
Ailey's plan's done. Everyone else
Yep.
has to do theirs.
Exactly. So I'm asking. Varys?
Varys is going to want to give a small demonstration to the king and then work on his gun.
A small
try and get it.
demonstration here.
Yes,
What not to do?
pretty much. But
So,
no, not quite.
She's just gonna run after him after the ceasing of the council, or
Yep. I'll catch you guys back at the house later on. I'm going to talk to the king and work on my gun. And
So
then
did they-
Varys runs up.
Also, did they not want to see primeval awareness?
Well, you told everyone to leave the room to do it, didn't you?
no? You're gonna wait a few minutes. I mean, I guess it's been I guess it's been long enough. So I'll wait before you do primeval awareness before they leave.
Mm. But Varys first.
Well, Varys wants to go off with the king and do stuff. So
Oh,
You do this first.
did
so
me first, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh shit. Cool. Well, watch me do my thing. You-
It's,
Bunch of elvish voyeurs
Yeah.
here.
it's like you see Thrykus sort of go into a trance, and you imagine that their eyes are supposed to turn black, but their eyes are already just black. So you go and sits out to the. It's like, something's supposed to change here, but it's the same. Like sits out a mile from you. So, within a mile, there are no aberrations, no celestials. That minor feeling of dragon that you normally feel from Ailey, but otherwise no other dragons. There are elementals, there are fae, there's that constant fiendish presence, and maybe even some fiends around, and possibly some undead in the area as well.
But the closer we get to Saltwell, the I can't keep track of names. The closer we get to Jamie's kingdom, the more undead there will be. So
Possibly.
gonna be hard to judge. Yeah.
But no dragons.
Yeah, no dragons.
Cool.
At least
Yeah.
not nearby.
At least.
Yeah,
at least-
not in the city.
Well, King's like, sweet. Well, that's definitely handy.
I mean, that being said, that means that the dragon influence on your population hasn't significantly changed the population.
Hmm.
Get my drift.
Yes. Well, she's not a terrible advisor, and if she has been, if she was the progenitor of the Griminor name, then, well, I mean, that's that. That's just how it works around here. So not really much I can do
You're saying
about it.
she's the Graminor person?
She's lied to you this whole time. And not for great reason either, because she says, oh, all this stuff about other people. Literally, that does not affect them.
Yes, and no, I will discuss it more with her when I have a chance to. But really, this is not. It's not a matter for me as such. Her presence on the council is simply due to her presence within the Water Kingdom's part in this, right? She's not here as a specific head of department or anything like that. She's here because she was sent here by the Water Kingdom to be their presence on this council. So
To be a diplomat.
ish.
She's not good at it, but that's her job.
Hey, who's good at being a diplomat around here?
Not me, but I didn't take the job.
Hey, our ambassador to the human kingdom was Jamie, and how well did you think that went? So
It went
diplomacy-
hot, that's how.
not a thing.
You're
Not really a
asking
good
the
thing
wrong
here.
person how they felt about that.
She's
Or
just
the right
like
person.
actually just looking at the ceiling now and fiddling with her hair.
Yeah.
I see. I guess it went better than
Totally
expected.
bent.
Went pretty well.
She's really good at diplomacy.
Okay.
Varys just nudges Tarakas' leg. You said that out loud.
Oh! Sorry, that was really loud.
I see. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Either way, yes, I will have to take this up the channels, but to be brutally honest, we've had full-blown elementals be on the council before. Having them be a dragon is not a huge stretch. Yes, there is some things about lying there, but we can easily prove her actual lineage, and if she is truly a Griminor, then she's truly a Griminor. That's the nature of her status. So
I mean, I
We'll
don't
see.
expect you to fire her. I'm just be careful.
of course, I mean, at the very least, she wouldn't necessarily. I don't see her necessarily wanting to end her entire her descendant line. So I think we're probably okay at the moment.
She's already shown she has many faces.
Yes. But so do many elves.
Cool, we're gonna go see Jamie.
I'm happy to get underway, but I need to fix my gun first. This is the last place I think that has a forge before we get there.
Oh, of course.
If I can. I blew it up while we were fighting that robot, and I managed to fix one of them, but not the other.
That's important.
So, Varys,
Mm-hmm.
what are you taking the king off to do?
Right, come with me, and then Varys will lead them to. Have you got a room that you're okay with me testing something on the floor in?
Sure.
Just any room where you don't care what the floor looks like.
Perhaps outside would be better.
Sure, yeah, that works. I mean, yeah, right. You can grab a big rock. That's fine.
Okay.
So Varys will lead
He's-
Varys will try and keep pace with the king as they go outside.
He takes small steps, so you keep.
I appreciate
keep
that. You
pace.
don't have to. I'm used to it.
No, and
Um,
other regular-sized elves also have this problem. Don't worry.
It's very kind of you. Could you? And Varys is just gonna point to a big old rock that's nearby, a decent-sized rock.
Right, there's a few like. This is the Earth Kingdom, so there's a few decorative rocks in places.
Sure.
Okay.
Varys will take them over to one. And I would like to, if I can, just to show the premise of what's going on,
Mhm.
mix up a little bit of thermite
Okay. Yep.
and show it boring through the rock, essentially.
Well. That's very exciting.
Yes. Don't get your hopes up too high. No tests or anything have been done, but the first thing that I thought of after I melted the thing that I made this for was your form.
That is a good point. I mean, certainly willing to give it a try. You got any more of that stuff?
I can make some up. Sure. How much have I got?
That is a good question. How much have you got?
I have half a pouch of iron rust.
Oh boy, that's a good amount.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could probably like get a good thick line across one of his legs with that.
Do you want a leg, or do you want to try an arm just in case it fucks it up? At least that way you can still walk.
That's a good point. All right.
It's up to you.
Yep. Let's
I
try.
don't honestly. I don't know what it's gonna do.
Let's try left arm.
Okay.
I've never had to consider the possibility of it not coming back, so it's interesting.
I mean, this is all conjecture. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. I'll be honest.
That's not filling me with confidence. I can tell you that much.
Well, sorry. I know exactly what I'm doing with the materials that I have. It's this that is the issue. And he just sort of gestures at the golem form. I don't know how that is going to react to it. That's all.
Well, let's give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen?
Don't say that. And Varys is going to cast guidance on himself.
Okay.
And then attempt to create a thermite line.
All right. Roll me some tickets tools,
Cross them.
please.
Absolutely.
All right.
That'd
make
be
a
37.
Yep, make a sufficiently good mix of stuff, thermite, and lay it in a nice, good, thick line across.
So the king's just like lying on the ground at
yeah,
the moment.
he's like in like the he's in like a sexy on the rug sort of position in the golem form. He's like, there's no other real good way to lie here like this. So this is. But then once you once you started to lay it out, he like actually like lays what is like on his back and like has his arm out ready to get cut off. If it happens. Yeah, you struggle to like climb up this arm to get on top of it enough to do this, but you successfully do it.
Slipperier than you look.
You can say that again.
Yeah.
Like this. He's having a good time with this. He's loving it. You can tell that he is very much enjoyed people trying to get him out of this over the years.
And fresh blood taking up the mantle.
Yep. It's very much become a game to him. People trying new and weird things on his ice body. That came out weirder than I expected. Anyway, you get a nice thick coating of
How did it go in though, Skelly?
nice thick coating of
The nice
thermite
thick
powder.
coating.
I mean, it was slippery.
Yep. And then light up a bit of magnesium and set that bitch a burning. And it is bright and white and hot. Please also roll me an Arcana check.
For sure. Am I able to guidance this or no?
No, you used it or you took it to stores. This is not, and it's not an active thing on your part.
Understandable.
Right. Yeah. So you watch as it burns very bright and hot, as much as thermite is expected to, and it certainly begins to melt through him, much to your and his surprise. It gets about maybe like 6 to 8 inches, cutting through. Jesus fucking Christ.
Everything
Nice.
that we
Hold on.
Yep.
did.
It's 6 to 8 inches in
Oh.
before it completely burns itself out.
Huh.
And within maybe like 6 to maybe a round to half to 2 rounds of just sort of standing there watching it. It starts to reform into that normal icy army, ice column form. But you see that there is like it just sort of forms over, instead of like pushing out the nastiness, it sort of forms over the
So it goes around all the
around all the
roughed
burning
off,
stuff.
essentially.
So you see now very clearly through the ice, you can see permanently there is like expended burnt material that is now just a nice straight line through his arm.
Shit. Holy shit.
Well,
Varys just like pointing at it like, look at that.
yeah, that's certainly a lot better than anyone else has ever gotten.
Holy shit. God damn. Okay, I think we'd probably need a fuck ton more material, and I'm not sure how this stuff works, but I mean, success kind of, right?
Certainly a lot further than anyone else has ever gotten. No one, as you can see, no one else has ever left a scar. So it's purely your success.
Okay, when you say it like that, it does sound pretty cool. Varys is pretty chuffed with himself that his idea even somewhat worked.
Hmm.
Cool. Okay. Well,
I mean, it does bring certain things back to the surface about my vulnerability, but nonetheless, it is still.
Hey, well, yeah. Sorry about that part of it, but I mean, knowing is also pretty cool as well, right?
Absolutely. Yes, I will have to get you to try again in the future.
Absolutely. Sounds like a good idea. Hopefully when the prospect of dying and living on the beach for all of eternity as a statue isn't just looming over us.
Definitely. That would really be icing on the cake, wouldn't it? Oh,
Mhm.
you can't die. You're in an ice golem. Oh, you actually died, and now you're in a stone golem forever.
Yeah, that's a change of pace for sure, but
Mm.
the pace becomes very slow, very fast when you're encased in stone.
Yes, I'm quite sure.
But wonderful. That's good. Thank you, by the way, for setting up the meeting and everything as well.
That's no problem. Thank you lot very much for helping me where I had blind spot.
That's what friends are for, right?
Indeed. And
Good.
thank you for helping Jamie as well. I can sense
Jamie.
that she is,
Hmm?
you know, something has happened. She is not in as dark a place as she was.
It seems about the case, yes. Jamie has done a lot to help us, and I hope that we have been able to do the same for her.
Good.
Right. I'm gonna go blow up some shit. Oh, hopefully not, but, you know.
Fantastic.
Spotters, who knows?
I have got
Cool.
some messages to write.
Good, good. And Varus is gonna run off to the forge and get started on his gun.
Cool. What are the rest of you doing?
Jamie.
Hey.
Well, the king and Varus have run off to do things. So you.
It sounds
Sorry.
strange when you say it like that,
Yeah.
Skelly.
I mean, hey. So Thrakus, Ailey, Jun, sort of half a week Jun, and Jeddick left here in the council chambers. You notice that Zupemo and Hamon also took that time to just leave. Unsure exactly where they're going. Maybe they've gone back to the abode. Maybe they've decided to just start heading to Saltamal. Guess you'll find them along the way wherever you're going. What are you for doing? Ailey?
It is
Thrakus,
making
Jun?
fire.
True. Ailey is sort of just head down in jars and is just carefully filling them and getting them ready to explode. Thrakus, Jeddick. Any ideas? Any places, things you want to do?
Only Jamie.
Of course. Jeddick?
I don't know. I don't. He doesn't know the city, so he just sort of stands there looking lost while everyone does their thing.
Fair enough.
If he's still standing there when they get back to the palace, Varus can collect him. Unless he's gone with the others.
Well, I imagine that that at the very least, Ailey will probably want to find more glass jars and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll probably lead, well, at least move in a directing way to find themselves more of that stuff. And those of you without wills of your own will follow along.
He's got big NPC energy.
Yeah, there's very much currently Jun as well. Will follow along as Ailey leaves and collects as many random glass items as they
Are we just rolling a random or something?
roll a perception, no, roll a investigation check for me.
Investigation. Nope, that's intimidation. There we go. Oh, yeah, she's so good at this. She found a whole 2 bottles or whatever. I don't know how you're doing this.
And you found none.
Aw.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you are in the posh district, so there's not a whole lot of bottles and stuff
that
left
makes
out and
sense.
about. But yes. So you just for that stuff. 4 of you and Codswallop leave the castle onto the front courtyard, which is immaculately kept. Flowers and trees and all that sort of stuff are all either fruiting or flowering perfectly, even at a time where it is still spring, so it does make sense. But it seems like they are far more fruited and flowery than they naturally would be. There's definitely something going on there to enhance those trees and flowers and bushes. It's all very nice looking. The guards in their ceremonial green guardsman outfits give you a polite salute as you leave the inner wall. Ailey not paying attention to that at all. The rest of you may notice it or not. Into the central square. Yeah, all of the buildings in this part of town are very old, and they're all made of the same sort of smooth stone. Mostly, all of the core parts of them are. There has been some redecorating, some renovations that has happened on them, but mainly the central parts of them, the actual foundations of all these houses and buildings, were seemingly raised out of the rock that they are in, having the exact same color as the cliff mountains beside you to the south, that just tower over everything else. But as you are in the center square, you can see here at the end of this road, very large gates that separate you from a very narrow, well, probably like a heart's wide sort of cut in the cliff face that seemingly goes all the way through. Not sure if I'm sure I explained it to you guys previously, but essentially these cliffs were, in this entire city, were raised out of the ground by the previous king of this kingdom, stepfather of the current king, which his name is. I don't remember which ones these are in. It's Sultan. That's not what I want.
Was it Teriel? Teriel Vicaran?
It was a Vicaran. I don't know if it was Tyrael. Because the current king's is Tessarion. Vicaran. Wait, is my thing? People. No. Help me, come on. Please. Yes. Tyrael. Tyrael Vigaren was the king. Who raised, yes. Sorry. Who raised the city and the entire mountain range that separates the earth and fire earth water kingdoms from the fire and air kingdoms. Built the entire mountain range, raising it up by pure force of magic, and built this city on the outskirts of it, in the separation point, to defend basically anyone trying to come through that hole in the wall. Yeah. Yeah, but everyone, as you found the last time you were here, everyone who lives in this part of the city within the walls are sort of like the 1%ers, all of the rich people, and they sort of let the rest of the city go. It has since improved, but still, that's the nature of it. Yeah. We don't have much time left tonight, so Varys, you want to repair your gun, yes?
Hell yeah. And as the repair is being done, Varys is getting some help from Greg and teaching him the art of repairing guns.
Okay. Roll me your stuff.
Cool. Tinker's Tools check.
Yes.
Cool. And because I'm getting help, can I have advantage?
You can. You can also guide yourself if you want.
Absolutely, I shall. Give myself some guidance. And a Tinker's Tools. Where are they? There they are. Pretty good. We could do better. We did not. That's still pretty good.
That's a 25.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So after already investigating and preparing for what you need done, it doesn't take you particularly long to resmelt the finer mechanism of the gun. Be put back together, and yeah, within maybe a couple of hours, you have successfully restored the Lacerates to its working condition.
Hell yeah. Varys will sling it over his back and walk back towards the party.
Did backfire happen at some point, did it?
Yes, that was a while ago.
Yeah, it was 2 guns in a row when we were fighting the robot.
Oh, yeah, that was fucking forever ago.
Mhm.
Yep. Weeks. Anyway, all right. Well, I'd say you meet up with the team back at the abode. As it's the only real good meeting place you have in the city. And yeah, I'd say only after an hour or two of alien milling around trying to find stuff where they get bored and just head back home. So yes, you are now back at the ambassador's quarters. It's probably still early morning. Yeah, it's not even a couple of hours since you guys got up, so early in the morning. Maybe like 10, 11. But that is where we will leave off. You guys meeting up with Supimo and Hamon back here at the residence. Hamon is still very much hungover. It does seem to be getting worse for him. And Supimo is just sort of letting him suffer. Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. As a reminder, this is the last time that Dungeons & Dragons is going to be streamed here on this platform. It is no longer going to be streamed at all It'll just be
Oh, well,
recorded.
it'll be on Twitch occasionally.
Yes, very
We're not alive
occasionally,
enough.
very occasionally watch Ailey's point of view over on Twitch if you want it. Pirate Show to stream. Otherwise, you can always catch this on YouTube. It will be recorded. I will be recording my side and it'll be over on the Fano VODs YouTube channel. Catch, yeah, you can find it, I'm sure. If you are already watching it on YouTube VODs, then hey, you already know where to find it. You're good. But otherwise, in streaming fashion, tomorrow will be Beef. Wednesday will be the whole Fun Pack playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I'm back with that. Thursday, I'm not streaming anymore either, so I don't know. Something will be happening here. I'm not sure what the plan is with the team. And then I think it might actually be Random Guy. Probably he'll probably be playing more Final Fantasy 16. And then Friday more Random Guy's wife with God of War. Friday probably more Random Guy. Sunday more Beef. And then Monday it won't be me either. Oh no. But as I said, to catch us over on the YouTubes. Thanks everybody. Well,
not
thanks
going
for
to
the
advertise Baldur's Gate because you're in one of the streams for that, aren't you?
it's not going to be streamed on my platform, so
Oh, that's right.
yeah. But if you want to watch Baldur's Gate 9, are we going to be streaming that?
I don't know. I think Milky wants to record it.
Okay. Well,
I'll be streaming on Tuesdays then with whoever, I'm not sure which name they're going to be using, so I won't say their name, but someone will be
Amazing.
joining.
Well,
and then the
join-
other ones,
join the Discord if you
Yeah,
want to see that
that's
stuff, and I'll tell you where it's going to be. Easy as that. Cool. Thanks. Okay. See you later, everybody. I'm gonna send you on your way. Right here. And recording. See you next time.